Uh, Good evening, students. Today I want to discuss one topic. I think many of you has already gone through. So just have a recollect. I want to discuss about the topic of gene therapy. So first of all, we should know what is gene. So if you look into this, uh, just, just wait for a second. Uh, yes. Gene, you can say it is a it can be described in two ways. One is for informal use, another for technical use. For informal use, gene is a unit of heredity which is transferred from a patient to offspring and is held to determine some characteristics of the offspring. So it is a unit which is there in the parent, which will be the same thing will be transferred to a offspring carrying the some characteristics from the parent to offspring. So in technical use, it is a distinct sequence of nucleotides forming a part of chromosome in order to which determines the order of monomers in a polypeptide or nucleic acid molecules which a cell or virus may synthesize. So this is the two meanings of genes. So genes is nothing but you can say it is a unit which carrying particular some characteristics of the parents which will be transferred to a offspring. So now I'm coming to the main part, uh, gene therapy. I think a little bit idea you will have about the gene. Uh, okay, one second. Okay. The contents of this today's lecture, what will be the outcome? We'll be able to know what is gene therapy and history a little bit, types, vectors, gene delivery, success rates, and advantages and disadvantages. What is gene therapy? So it is approach of treating disease by either by modifying the expression of an individual genes or correction of abnormal genes. So it is a kind of approaching of treatment of diseases by either modifying the expression of an individual genes or by correcting of abnormal genes. So it can be that means if anybody is having abnormal genes, that can be corrected by the gene therapy. Therapeutic gene will be given to them through a vehicle, through a carrier, to a persons who are having the abnormal genes, because the disease condition which abnormal genes carry which produce the disease, and this can be accomplished by replacing a mutated genes that causes disease with a healthy copy of the gene, inactivating or knocking out a mutated gene that is functioning improperly, introducing a new gene into the body to help fight a disease. So these are the approaches by which we can give the corrective genes to a patients. So regarding the history, in 1960, the concept of gene therapy was introduced. In 1972, Friedman and Roblin authored a paper in Science titled Gene Therapy for Human Genetic Disease. In 1984, a retrovirus vector system was designed that could efficiently insert a foreign gene into a mammalian chromosomes. In 1990, the first approved gene therapy in the US took place on 14 September 1990 at the National Institute of Health under the direction of William French Anderson. 4-year-old Ashanti De Silva received a treatment for a genetic defect that left her with ADA-SCID, a severe immune system deficiency. SCID, that means it's severe immune system deficiency. In 1992, Dr. Claudio Bordigan performed the first procedure of gene therapy using a hematopoietic stem cell as a vector to deliver the gene inserted into the correct hereditary diseases. In 1919, death of Jess Jelinser in a gene therapy experiment. In 2003, a research team inserted the gene into the brain for the first time. They used liposomes, which, unlike the viral vectors, are small enough to cross the blood-brain barrier. In 2006, successful use of gene therapy to treat two adult patients for X-linked chronic granulomatous diseases. 2007, the first gene therapy trial for inherited retinal disease. So these are the different history you can see. Now the types of gene therapy. The types of gene therapy is two types. One is somatic gene therapy and one is germline therapy. Somatic gene therapy means you can if you see somatic gene therapy and germline gene therapy. The therapeutic gene transfer into the somatic cells. That means somatic cells are the cells of the body other than the germ cells like eggs and sperm. Eggs and sperm. That is to be called as a and the cells contain eggs and sperms that is to be called as a germline cell. Germline cell or germ cells. And other the cells are to be called as a somatic cells. So this is the main difference between a somatic cells and the germline cells. For example, introduction of genes into the bone marrow cells, blood cells and skin cells. Whereas in case of germline gene therapy, the examples are genes introduced into the eggs and sperms. In case of somatic gene cell line therapy, will not be inherited later generations. It is inheritable and passed on to the later generations. At present, all research directed to correct genetic defects in the somatic cell. For safety, ethical, and technical reasons, it is not being attempted at present. Cleaning genes. One way germline therapy may be done to ensure a man with a genetic disease does not pass into his child. Doctors remove the man's sperms producing cells which contain a defective gene. A healthy gene is added to each cell and to replace the defective ones. The cells are put into mouse testes. They may mature inside the mouse and start producing healthy human sperm. Those sperms, once tested, are used to fertilize a woman's eggs into a laboratory dish. The resulting embryos are placed in a woman's womb. She gives a birth to a child whose genes are free from the father disease. Types of cell somatic cell gene therapy. So these are the two types. One is ex vivo, another one is in vivo. So ex vivo means cells are modified outside the body and then transplanted back in again called ex vivo because the cells are treated outside and genes are changed in cells when the cells are still in the body. Cell called in vivo because genes are transferred to the cells. You should just see it can be done by the two methods. One is direct delivery, another one is cell-based delivery. First is you see in the left hand side therapeutic genes which is to be given to a patient. The therapeutic genes are packed into a delivery vehicle such as retrovirus. So retrovirus is a carrier, will be carrier for the therapeutic gene. Then it is to be injected into the patient to the target organ, for example, liver. So this is to be called as a direct delivery. Another things we can do, that is to be this is to be called as a cell-based delivery. The therapeutic genes, these therapeutic genes then packed into a delivery vehicle which has a retrovirus and introduced into the cells. Now we have to collect the adult stem cells. That adult cells will be in vitrically differentiated stem cells. Next is these therapeutic genes along with that delivery package will be injected into the retrovirus and introduced into the cells. Now these genetically modified cells are reintroduced into the patient. So these are the two approach you can go for. One is ex vivo, one is in vivo. The direct method is a in vivo, and the second method is cell based is called as a ex vivo. Just I'm repeating once again. The first case is direct delivery. In direct delivery, what happened? The therapeutic genes along with the delivery vehicle such as retrovirus will be injected to a patient, okay, for example like a target organ like liver. Okay, in second case what will happen, you have to collect the adult stem cells from a adult. after that after that it should be in vitrically differentiated. Okay, next the therapeutic gene will be placed into the retrovirus, and it is to be placed into injected into the differentiated stem cells. Then the genetically modified cells are reintroduced to the patient. Now, example of ex vivo gene therapy. The first gene therapy to correct the deficiency of enzyme adenosine deaminase, that is to be known as ADA, performed on a 4-year-old girl, Ashanti De Silva, was suffering from SCID, severe combined immunodeficiency. So it is a immunodeficiency. It is a defective. It is a disease of the immune deficiency. So if the patient is suffering from this disease, there will be the chance of attack by any kind of infection very easily, caused due to the defect in gene coding for ADA. The deoxyadenosine accumulate and destroy T lymphocyte, disrupt immunity, suffering from infectious disease, and die at young age. Now you see what is the different approach of the gene therapy. First, you have to collect a retrovirus which will be genetically deassembled. After that, a bacterium carrying a plasmid with a clone abnormal human ADA gene. This should be cloned, it should be joined, it should be combined. Then cloned ADA gene is incorporated into a virus. That means a retrovirus. Then T cells with disable ADA gene isolated from the SCID patient. Then SCID patient. Then SCID patient, retrovirus infected T cells transfer ADA gene to cells. Next is cells are grown in culture to ensure the ADA gene is inactive. Then genetically altered cells are re, 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 re-implemented, produce ADA. First thing you just see. First you have to take a genetically disassembled retrovirus. So what is retrovirus? Just I want to show you. Acha. 1 second. Okay, 1 second. I just see. What is retrovirus? A retrovirus is a type of RNA virus that insert a copy of its genome into the DNA of a host cell that it invades, thus changing the genome of that cell. So retrovirus is a type of RNA virus that insert a copy of its genome into the DNA of the host cell that invades, thus changing the genome of that cell. So that is to be called as a retrovirus. Next is so bacterium carrying a plasmid with a clone normal human ADSL gene cell genetically disassembled retrovirus. Acha. Next is in vivo gene therapy. So it can be only possible. Next class we'll discuss about the in vivo gene therapy. Okay, to after this.